Hi, welcome to Love Movies. I'm Dr. Lisa Love, and I'm here to teach you more about the Love Movies way of watching movies. That's how you can get more out of movies to get more out of life, and how movies can become personal empowerment tools, teaching you how to become more conscious and loving in the world. There are 4 basic steps to the Love Movies way of watching movies. The first way has to do with appreciation. Now, often, before you use the Love Movies way of watching movies, there might be many things you don't appreciate about a movie. But Love Movies Empowerment Reviews are not here to tell you whether a movie is good or bad, whether the acting or directing was good, or any commentary in that way about the film. Instead, what we're trying to do is get you to see that every movie has something of value to you, because every movie can either help you celebrate the presence of love, or help you decry the lack of it and want to do something more about it. For example, some movies will be really easy for you to appreciate because the storyline, the characters, the music, the special effects are all things that you easily relate to. Or perhaps those same things you don't relate to. Regardless, if you start out saying to yourself, there's something I can get out of this movie, then every single movie you watch can have value for you. The second step in the Love Movies way of watching is awareness. This means that you stay in what we call the witness or observer consciousness. Now, most people watch movies in a really passive way, and yes, all of the movie is impacting your senses and affecting you at some level, conscious or subconscious or unconscious. But when you watch with awareness, you are more actively allowing that movie to become a full-bodied experience because you are more of an active participant in your watching of the movie, not a passive receiver. The third thing about love movies is empathy. We teach people how to stay in the stream of love when you're watching a film. Now, I have watched a lot of movies through Love Movies, using the Love Movies way of watching. And I will be sharing upcoming videos where I talk about how I saw the movie before I watched with the Love Movies way of watching, which usually means that there's judgment or criticism, or I don't have empathy, or I don't have a connection, which I'll talk about momentarily. And then how it changes when I watch with the Love Movies way of watching. And empathy is one of the key things. Now, maybe you will have empathy with a particular character because that character is showing something on the screen that affects you deeply in your life. In fact, that's one of the beautiful things about movies. It helps us with awareness see somebody on the screen that may be involved in a current life situation or a past life situation that we faced. And we can learn by watching them in a more objective way how we could possibly deal with that different in our own lives. That's one of the reasons why in Love Movies we have Love Movies Choice Points, which you will find in each and every Love Movies Empowerment review. Choice points are where characters can either go on an empowered arc, doing things that help them become more loving, compassionate, understanding, cultivating empathy, and learning how to become more engaged in the world, or at that moment in the movie they can go on a disempowered arc, where they will start to close down their hearts, become more hateful, become more separated from themselves and others, and therefore not be as conscious or aware or as loving in regards to themselves or others in the world. But when you stay in the stream of love, when you stay in empathy, you can have empathy not only for yourself, but for certain characters that you don't even like on the screen. Now, one of the things I tell my clients when I'm doing coaching with them is you can look at somebody and you can understand them, and you can understand their behaviors, which means it explains what happens, and yet you don't like it. It explains it, but it doesn't excuse it. So when we have empathy for somebody, we develop an understanding of how they went the way that they did on an empowered or disempowered arc. And that understanding helps us have empathy for them, even if we don't like the end result that we see. The final part of the Love Movies way of watching is connection. One of the most interesting things is how you can start to, with awareness and empathy, become observant of how you are connecting to certain parts of the movie, the characters, the storyline, the music, the special effects, or how you are disconnecting from the movie, the characters, the storyline, the special effects. And you can start an inquiry about why you are disconnecting or why you are connecting to certain things in the movie. We also have Love Movies Inquiry questions in the Love Movies way of watching. in our Love Movies Empowerment reviews. And we also have Love Movies in Action, which is after you've seen a movie, you can decide to do something about what you see. You can increase your sense of empathy. You can increase your awareness. You can, in action in your everyday life, make sure that you are becoming a more conscious and human being. And that is one of the things that we also encourage. So have fun watching Love Movies. Have fun learning about yourself. And have fun using the Love Movies way of watching movies.